Hey guys, just want to show everybody the MADDS Family Fantastic 5 RV. Go over all the different things on the inside and the outside so that when you take it out on the road, if you forget anything that we went over during the initial handoff, you'll be able to look back at this video and remember everything that we went over. Come on outside. We'll start on the passenger side. This is the key for the door to unlock the door. It's a 2002. We do have power door locks, but not from the outside, so you've got the lock and unlock. In the front of the RV passenger door is also the crank for the leveling jacks. There's 4 leveling jacks. I'll show you those as we get to them. And underneath the front seat is a canopy or a curtain to wrap around the outside of the RV for privacy once you're parked, as well as a curtain for the inside to wrap around as well. Next, the door to the RV, there's 2 locks, 1 key. The deadbolt you can turn up to lock, turn down to unlock, pull the key out, and the regular door lock you just turn and pull out to lock and turn back to unlock. Once you open the door, there's a separate screen that you can keep attached to the door, or you can unlock it, keep it separate. You can keep the screen door locked with the little slide lock, and you can also close this to keep all the bugs out. To lock the door, lock the screen door back in, just flip down the switch. There's a step to get into the RV. You need to lift it up and pull it out. Make sure that it's locked in and down. Do not drive with the step out. To put it back in, lift it up, slide it in, make sure it's locked in. All right. The rest of this side of the RV, storage compartments 1, 2, 3, 4 are with a blue key. The first compartment is empty for storage. The second compartment is where we have 2 ground tarps to lay out in front of the RV or next to the RV so you don't track the dirt in and keep your feet clean and you don't have to step on the dirt or the rocks. The third compartment, there is no key. This is where your propane gas tank is. You should not need to touch this at all, but if you do need to turn it on or off, to the left is open, to the right is closed. Make sure it's all the way closed if you're not using it. Most of the time you're going to keep it on because that's going to run your stove and your refrigerator and your hot water. This compartment, which you should never need to go into, is your dual backup batteries to control everything on the inside. You've got your dual batteries in there. And on top of every compartment is a switch where you can keep the doors open while you're doing work. The last compartment, number 5, is a silver key. And this compartment holds, it goes through to the other side. And in here we have some safety flags, some safety triangles, a shovel, another crank for the leveling jacks, and then some other tools for the RV. The leveling jacks are marked by little squares underneath, and you're just going to reach underneath. You're going to put that on there, and whoops, that's going to be a problem. To get started, you could just go down like that, and also just crank it. You can also use some of the blocks I will show you in the next compartment, and just bring that all the way down and use the levels on the inside of the RV to get it level. You're going to need 2 people to do this. Yep. Okay, you can close that back up. Make sure these compartments are all locked when they're not in use, and especially when you are driving. Okay. In the back, there is a backup camera, ladder for the roof. There is no roof access. Please do not go on the roof. And you also have a tow jack where you can attach extra storage. If you take that option, we also have a bike rack for that as well. Coming around to this side, silver key again for storage number 11. And this goes through again all the way to the other side. And then here you have some blocks to put down under the jacks. You have a extra battery if you ever need a jump start, so you don't have to look for somebody else. And you have some more plastic levelers as well. Storage number 10, we're back to the blue key. And this one is pretty important. This is your power supply. It's a 30 amp power supply. And when you get to your location, if you have an electric hookup, you want a 30 amp hookup, you're going to pull this plug out and you're going to hook this into your hookup. You've got about 15 feet or so, at least, of cable, and you can plug that right into your electric. When you are done, make sure that you plug it back into the outlet, because then the generator will not power anything if it's not plugged in. In this compartment as well, you also have an extension cord if you need more for the 30 amp, and you have a regular extension cord as an extra power supply for whatever you might need powered. With this cord, when you do unplug it and you plug it into your power supply, you can unscrew this little white compartment, white door, stick the plug through there, and pull that out. This way that you can actually lock your compartment door and not worry about anybody messing with your electric. If you do that, make sure you pull it back in, plug it back in for your generator, and put the door cover back in and screw it in. Gas tank, unleaded only, preferable premium. This is your water tank fill when you're running off of water from inside with the pump. This is your city water connection. If you have a water connection when you hook up, this you do not need a pump for. You're going to have all the pressure that's coming in from the hose. In storage 9, we're back with the blue key, and this is your water connection hose. This is a sanitized hose, and when you're going to pull this down and pop it on so that you have a quick connect. Easy, you don't have to worry about screwing in and out. And you're going to attach this end to the hose or water connection. Pull it to pop it off. Please make sure you keep the water hose in compartment 9, because in compartment 10 is your waste hose.
I mean 8.
8, I'm sorry. In compartment 8 is your waste hose, and you do not want to mix the waste hose up with the water hose. So this part is going to go into your waste dump. This part is going to connect onto your waste drain underneath by the gas. And you're going to just unscrew this to the left, put this on, twist it to the right, put this into your drain, and then pull the black water level out. Pull that out to drain your black water, which is your toilet water. Once that's empty, then you're going to pull this one, push that back in, pull this one out. This is your gray water, your sink water, and dishwater, and that'll also rinse out your hose. Unhook that, hook this back on, and you're good to go. Put this back inside of storage 8. And if needed, there are some adapters in here as well. Storage 7, blue key again, is your extra generator oil and a funnel and a safety vest if you're out on the road somewhere and you want to make sure you're safe. There is also a rag in here that you can use if you get oil on yourself. Your generator over here is a 4,000 watt generator. This is the muffler. It gets hot. Be careful. And to unlock the cover, these two should be down for closed. And you're going to turn them both up and pull it out and up. There's your generator. You're going to check the oil every day. Make sure that the oil has a good supply. And you're going to make sure your oil is there. And then make sure you screw that back in. You can start the generator from out here. You're going to push down here to prime it. And when the light goes on, you're going to hit the start button. We're going to hold off on that for now. I'll show you how to do that from the inside as well. If, for some reason, a fuse blows or a circuit blows, you have a circuit breaker right in here, and it would be back, and you're going to want to flip that back forward, and you should be fine. Right there. Okay. Put the bottom in first, push it in, turn them both down. Okay.
That's how they should be.
Driver side door. Okay. Underneath the driver's seat, a set of jumper cables. And again, you can use those with the battery in the back, just to bring it up to the front if you need it. Inside the front of the car, if you want to go into the seat, you have a Bluetooth control right here. Yet Safe is what you're going to connect to with the Bluetooth. You have your on and off switch, off, up. Flip it down for on, and it should pair automatically with your phone. Just look for Yet Safe.
Power off.
You also have a GPS specific, RV GPS specific up here.
Built for the height.
Built for the height, or programmed for the height and width of the RV. And you're going to want to plug that into this right here, and it will automatically turn on and bring you to where you need to be. When you're done, or when you're at your destination, please make sure to pull it out, because it will not turn off unless you unplug it. You also have an extra cigarette lighter plugs down here. Turn that switch on. Make sure again that's turned off when you're at your destination. And you have two USBs here as well to use to plug in. Stereo, power button here, volume up and down, and you can tune over there. Fan, temperature, air conditioning and heat, and cruise control on the steering wheel. All right, come on out. Okay. Again, in the front, we have your Easy Pass, if needed, for tools. And then underneath, you have your two jacks for leveling in the front, and in the back, on the other side, I didn't show you, but is your other jack. Now let's show you how to operate the awning. when you're opening the canopy, you're going to need to have a person at each arm. Come on over here. The first thing you're going to want to do is flip up the lock over here. There's one over there as well. Flip those locks up. Inside the RV door, over here, is the handle. You're going to need this. Put it that way. First thing you need to do is reach up and flip this lever down. Zoom in on that. Flip that down. And then you're going to hook up here and start to pull. Okay. You need a person at each end to make sure that it's coming down straight. Pull it all the way down until the valance is hanging out. Once that's hanging out like that, you're good. And you're just going to want to wrap up this cord strap. To raise the canopy, let me stand over here a little bit more. There's this handle here. Okay, you're going to pull that out. You need somebody on that side pulling it out at the same time, and then you're going to raise it up level until you get to the spot. Slide that up higher. Slide that up. And you're going to want to raise it up until you get to the spot where you want it, like that. And then you can tighten this down as well, and you're good to go. Okay, like I said, just tie up the strap so you don't trip on it or pull it. To put the canopy back up, you're going to make sure these are loose and sliding on both sides. Okay, you're going to lift up the handle on both sides at the same time and let it slide down. And you're going to want to flip that switch back up. Let the canopy go up. Grab your handle and let it slide in, and then make sure that your clips are both locked in. And that's how you operate the canopy. Next, we'll go inside the RV and show you everything on the inside. Out here is an outdoor outlet, regular 110, and you've got 2 plugs that you can hook into right there. Okay. Cut.
Now to the inside.
First thing I want to show you on the inside of the RV is there's a light out here, and the switch for the light is right over here. Turn that up, and your light is on. Okay. Now, here is your indoor generator switch. Okay, here's
Which should be the one that you're mainly
You're going to use this switch exclusively. You should not be using the one outside. Here's your generator hours, so you know how many hours you're using. And again, you're going to hold it down to prime it till the light flashes, and then hold down the start until it starts. And there it is. Once you have your generator on and your propane tank open, you're going to want to flip up that switch for your carbon dioxide detector. Should be a green light. You know that it's working. Okay. We'll start over here. Is your upper bunk. This is a queen size bunk. Again, once you're looking at this, you're probably already at the campsite, but you do need to bring your own linens, pillows, blankets. You can leave it up while you're driving. Just flip it down to close.
The ladder is located right here.
The ladder is in the back
there to that piece of wood.
I use the same thing that I use for the awning for the ladder, and you can just hook that right over here. This is usually the kids' favorite spot to sleep. You have curtains on both sides to close for privacy. And you also have curtains on both windows, and the windows do both open as well. First aid kit. On the inside right there, you've got 2 first aid kits. The rest of these upper compartments are all empty for storage. Except when people leave raisins, and then it's not totally empty. And empty. You have 3 sets of lights over here. Push the button in the center to turn them on.
Same goes for this one.
And over your sink. Okay, another window as well that opens and shuts. And you have a shade. Just pull it down or push it up to operate. You have lights above. Tap it to turn it on. These are dimmable, so you can go down or up and down. You have a smoke and CO detector. There's another light over there as well with the switch on it.
Is just switch.
You have another skylight and vent here that you can open up. Your air conditioning, turn on, and your temperature. Okay. Another light over here. And again, dim or bright. In the rear bedroom, another skylight, another light, again with your dim and bright, and another CO detector and smoke detector. The windows, shades on both sides, and shade in the back. This shade should be up while you're driving, so you have some access out the rear window. 4 cabinets above the bed for storage. Lights over each side of the bed. And speakers as well that are operated by the front stereo. Cabinet over here with hangers. Cabinet on that side with hangers.
2 drawers underneath.
Drawers you need to lift and pull, so otherwise they won't come out. Another cabinet with a vacuum cleaner. Whoop. Smoke detector on the fire extinguisher, and there's one up in front by the front entrance. You have your remote control for the TV and DVD player. The bathroom. You have a fan up above. Push the button and the fan turns on. You can also open and close the vent. Medicine or amenities cabinet. Towel bar. Another mirror. Light switch. And you can either turn it on and off from down here, or if that's on, you can turn it on and off from up here.
That's also dimmable.
You have a GFCI outlet, and your garbage pail, toilet paper, toilet brush, sink. Turn it on, hot water, cold water, soap dispenser, toilet bowl, cover, seat. And to flush, you need to step here and push down. Flush and let it go. There should be a little bit of water in there while you before you go. Use it. And again, flush, push it down to flush it. If there is not enough water, you can lift it up and more water will come in.
You have to use some pressure.
Underneath as well is another cabinet and some additional doors, shelves in the back. Make sure when you're driving, the doors are completely closed so they don't swing open while you're driving. Light for the shower right here, light switch up there, and your heat control. Underneath, to the right is off, to the left is on, and then you can control the temperature right here. These sliding louver doors for the bedroom for privacy and for the shower and bathroom for privacy. The shower has two latches on the outside to keep the door closed while driving, on the bottom, in the middle, and on the top. You have a shower curtain as well as the door to make sure there's no leaks. And you have, again, your hot, or your cold, I should say, and hot water. The RV needs to be level at all times so that the water does go down the drains. When you're in the shower, in addition to using the shower curtain and the door, you're going to want to make sure that you just use that to keep the door shut. Up above your refrigerator is more storage and a lantern that we give you. One press is the brightest, then it goes down, down, and off. Your freezer and refrigerator, you want to make sure it's turned on. If it's out, you're operating only on gas.
On is when it's in, off is when it's out.
And if the button is pushed in, you're on auto, and it will switch from generator to gas, depending on which. Your generator will cool the refrigerator faster. Push this to open the doors. There's your freezer and your refrigerator.
Once again, when you're driving, make sure these are completely shut,
closed and clicked. You have a microwave.
Press the button to open it.
You have a extra storage or
cutting board
counter. More pantry cabinet space. TV and DVD player, remote controls, and the TV swivels and can come out and can swivel in any direction. Okay. There's also an HDMI cable hooked up if you need to use video games or whatnot. You have your range hood light, which actually does work, and your hood fan. Cutting board over the stove. Your 3-burner stove. You do need to light the pilot each time. There are lighters or matches underneath here, underneath your sink. Turn the stove to light. Yeah. And light it each time. Make sure it is completely off when you're not using it, or you will fill your RV with gas. The oven, turn to pilot on, and underneath, back here, you're going to light your pilot. I can't see if it's lit.
It's not.
Oh, it's not going to light.
It's lit.
Oh, it is lit.
It's lit.
Okay, there we go. There's actually...
When you're trying to light the pilot in the stove, please use a flashlight and caution so you're not lighting yourself on fire.
Turn it off. In the stove as well are your
pots and pans.
underneath your stove, dish rack, bowls, and plates. Above the stove, more cabinet space, and more cabinet space. Paper towel holder. Sinks, you have 2 drains. Make sure they're out in order for the drain to go down. And you have a level over here as well as the 2 levels in the front by the driver.
These are the levels in the front driver's seat. As you can see, the RV is practically level. The bubble should be in the middle or pretty damn close in the middle.
Underneath the sink,
The bubble should be in the middle when you are level.
underneath the sink, you have a list of everything and where it's located in the RV. And you also have a list of the things to check before you leave and come back. You have a sponge, an oven mitt, some koozies, your barbecue tools, everything sanitized every time before it goes out, and your silverware, 9 forks, 10 spoons, 9 knives, 1 sharp knife, a wine opener, and a can opener. Again, all sanitized before they go out. Over here is your dining table, and underneath these benches is additional storage, and in here is a toolbox and some lights to hang up on the outside, if you'd like. Pick these pillows up. Pick the pillows up on this side. Pull this pin out.
Are you ready to pin?
Take the leg out. Go down like this. And then just slide the table down. And you have another
Bed.
full-size bed. Okay. This couch here, which has 3 seat belts,
Tucked underneath the
are
seats.
usually tucked down below, because when you open this for an additional bed, pull this lever out, pick it up, and pull, and you have another full bed. Lift it up and slide it in to lock it. Lastly is your slide. You're going to push the slide out, hold the button down. The generator must be on for the slide to move. Back up so they can see it going out. Keep holding the button down until you hear
A
the
click.
bumping. And let go. There's a small ladder here for those who are vertically challenged and need to get up to the higher cabinets. Another outlet down here. An outlet over here. A strip up here,
With 2 USBs.
which runs only with the inverter on, which I will show you. Your water pump. If you're using the water inside the RV, the tank under the bed, you need the pump on. If you're hooked up to the city water outside, turn the pump off, and you will be using the city water, not your tank water. Your hot water heater, and your level checks. So you have 2/3 of a tank of propane. Your batteries are full. Your fresh water is 1/3 of a tank. Your black water is empty. Your gray water is empty, other than what we probably just flushed in there. And or sinks, I should say, and your galley water is empty. That's your shower. Okay? You want to make sure your inverter is on when the generator is on, and your inverter switch is back here. Here's your inverter, and the switch is on, is off. When it's on, you'll see by the control panel, the light is on. There's another outlet over here. And emergency exit over here. God forbid the RV tips over. Underneath the bed on this side is your fuses, which have never popped, but if they do, call us and we'll certainly talk you through any potential issues. I believe
that is all.
I believe that you have now seen everything on the RV, and we hope that you have a wonderful trip and vacation. And as always, feel free to call us or reach out if you have any questions or need assistance in any way. Thank you for renting the MADDS RV, and see you next time.